Fires burning, leaves falling, a gentle breeze that steals away the summer's heat. Today's video is part of a challenge hosted by Heidi Sonboul DIY. Check the description box once you're done watching my video for her channel and the playlist. Hello everyone, so today I am going to show you 4 different ideas that you can use using the Tumble tower blocks from Dollar Tree. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with DIY number 1. We're going to make a small miniature pumpkin and you're going to need a formation to do this. So I will show you guys the shape. You might need to screenshot it just so that you can remember. And I have my hot glue gun on ready as well. So you're going to have 1 going this way, 2 going this way. Okay, I just brought you guys down a little bit closer so you can see. The next one, you want it to come like halfway, so you've got half going out and half going inwards. So we'll do that with the other one. And you're going to stick these down as you go, I'm just showing you. And then I will stick them down later. Then you're going to bring 2 other ones and stick them like this so that it matches the first one here. And then the last one slots in right there. So this is the shape that you want. If you want to screenshot it, here it is. So now I'm just going to go and stick everything down. Then once you're done, you're going to slot one final one all the way down. And you don't actually have to stick this down because it's pretty firm, as you can see. And then we're going to paint this. So I'm going to paint this orange. That may be green or brown, and add some leaves. Will make it look pretty. For now we're going to set this aside and I'm going to glue down the structure for DIY number 2 just so that you can save time. We're going to get them ready. So you're going to need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to need 6 Jenga blocks for this one, and we're going to be creating a frame with a nice fall sign. So again, I'm just going to take my hot glue and glue this together. And as easy as that, we have the structure for DIY number 2. So I'm going to set this aside and bring the structure for DIY number 3. And you're going to need 3, 4, 5 blocks for this one. Again, we're going to be creating another fall sign. So as you saw, I didn't apply any glue for these 3, just the bottom 2. And if any hot glue does come out, I have my glue gun on low heat at the moment, so I just kind of like spread it out and then get rid of it so that there's no hard bits once I'm done. Okay, so for DIY number 4, you kind of don't really need to get the structure ready, so I'm not going to be doing that because you only need 2 tumble tower blocks. So we're not gonna do anything for that. Let's go back to DIY number 1 now and finish our pumpkin. Okay, so I am going to paint it orange to begin with. I'm also going to try to add in some shading of brown. I'm going to be using some of my ARTEZA paints. I will link these for you in the description box if you're interested. Okay, so here it is. I'm just going to go in and add some of the brown paint. It is a little bit bright, but I'm really happy with the quality of the ARTEZA paint. And we're going to set this to dry, and just to save time again, we're going to paint one of the other structures for, I can't remember what DIY I said this would be, but let's go in. I'm going to start painting it with brown, and I'm going to use a baby wipe just so that it looks like a paint stain or a varnish. So here's my frame. I finished it now and I'm quite happy with the sort of like the distressed stain look. I am going to paint these the same colour, a brown. Set that aside to dry. I'm quite happy with the way the pumpkin has come out as well. Just adding that little bit of brown has kind of taken away from the bright orange colour a little bit. Now we're going to let all of these dry, and I am going to start measuring. So I'm going to be printing some signs for the frames that we're going to be making. So I'm going to measure the inside, look for a sign on Google, print it out onto some card, and I'm going to stick it down. And the same for this one here. You can make it as long as you like. So I'm probably going to go for something like this. So I'm going to measure in between here and find an image, resize it to fit the size. And then for this one here, we haven't painted it or done anything. That's because I want to print a wood effect image rather than painting it. So I am going to measure this as well so that I can get the right size for it. So I've printed everything out now. These are all of my little bits, and I did want to print it on card. I do suggest doing that, but for some reason my printer wasn't cooperating. It just kept jamming. So what I'm going to do is just stick it on here with my glue stick. So I've got it on card, and then I'm going to cut it out. So you want to get yourself a leaf. You also want to get yourself some nice text font, and you can say whatever you like. I just chose to write "Let's Go," and then I got myself a nice sign here just off Google, and the same for this one here. Coming back onto the pumpkin, it's all nice and dry now, so I'm just going to add a little bit of detail with some green artificial leaves. I've also got this, which I'm going to use at the top. I like that it's nice and springy. Okay guys, we are done with the first DIY, the little mini pumpkin. Let's move on to the second. So as you can see, you want to leave a small amount here at the top and the bottom. This is because we're going to stick the tumble tower just on top of there, and you don't want any of your image being taken off. So like if I didn't have the white bit there, it would be like that. So we want to just have as much of the image showing as we can. So we're just going to hot glue that in place. Look at how cute that is. Now if you want this to be glossy, you can go over it with your Mod Podge, the gloss Mod Podge. And the other cool thing about this is that you can also turn it into a fridge magnet. Just add the magnet at the back there. You guys, these are really great to sell as well, and you can change them for any season, holiday or theme. For the next DIY, as you can see, we didn't paint this one. I wanted to go with an actual wood effect, so I have printed this onto some regular paper, and I've kind of made an imprint. You can see here I've just basically wrapped it around the wood so that I can have the correct size and measurement. So I'm just going to trim that now so that it can fit nicely. I'm going to use my Mod Podge to glue that down. We have stuck this down, we've got a nice wood effect going on. Now I'm going to cut my leaf and my little quote from the card. I'm going to stick the quote down with these sticky pads, the foam ones. It just gives it a little bit more height. So I'm going to add 2 here, just on either side. And you can secure these with hot glue if you find that they aren't sticky enough. Thankfully these are. Now we're going to add some twine just for the finishing touch. So here's our third DIY done. Really happy with that. That might be my favourite one, I'm not sure. I can't really choose at the moment. We've got one DIY left, so let's go. Once you've cut your picture out, we're going to stick it to the frame with our hot glue just on the back here, and you want to leave a white border around it so that you've got something to stick, just like we did on the other DIY. Okay, so you can leave off here and have a nice minimalist simple design, or you can add some wooden embellishments or toppers to it. I painted one here using my acrylic painter pens and some Sharpie pens as well. So I was thinking maybe that, but I think I'm going to go with it plain in the end. Another option is to stick, like I was going to cut this part here to stick just on the edge there. That kind of looks nice. This was just a pressed leaf and I spray painted it gold. The other option that you can do is take some fairy lights. That always adds some magic to it, and it does make it look quite autumny. These are the wire ones, so you don't really have to stick them down. You can just sort of mold it to your frame like this. And then you can also add them at the back. I'm just going to place them anywhere just to show you. And the light comes through. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. You can see one here. And that one there. Let me move it around for you there. You can see that one. So yeah, I think I am just going to leave it like this. So let's have a look at how they all look together. I really love all 4 projects, but if I had to choose, I think that I would say that the Let Go and the Hello Autumn sign are my favourites. Let me know which ones are yours in the comments. I like to create things that you can sell, use as decor or gift, and I think that these crafts definitely suit all of those things. I really wanted to make this video because I know Jenga blocks are so accessible, so you can really recreate these. Thank you so much for watching.